So it's good practice to write functions for all of your output. And the output functions will do all the printing, or later on you will learn how to write output to a file. So for now, our output functions will just do printing. And you might think, well, why would we want to put one statement into a function that's just printing one thing? Well, imagine if we wanted to print a whole page of stuff for the user to read before they run our program, like a disclaimer or instructions on how to use our program, right? We wouldn't want to fill up our main function with all of that print, with all of those print statements. So what we'll do is we'll print, or we'll make a function. We could just call this print welcome. And then this function will do that task for us. So I'm going to, and I don't need to pass this function any information at this point because all it's going to do is print one line. And it doesn't require any information from the main function, so we're good to go. And then I'm going to always put 2 lines between my function definitions just so that it's easier to read. Okay, so I can take this out. And then this is the other print statement, right? And so why do I want to put that in a function? Well, there might be other formatting or other information that you would want to print, with the miles per gallon. Maybe you want to print a message, if their car is really fuel efficient, or, they need to trade it in for a more fuel efficient car or something like that. There might be more information you want to give them. So for now, we are just going to print result, or we'll call it miles per gallon. Okay, and then look at this print statement. Are there any variables in this print statement? Yes, this miles per gallon. So this function is going to need to know about that, right? It's not going to be able to go up into main and look at main's miles per gallon. So I'm going to have to pass that as an argument so that the function knows what's stored in that variable. So I'll go down here. And I'm going to make a parameter, miles per gallon, and then I'll just cut that out and put that right there. And there you go. So again, walking through this, I have all of these variables, and when I get to the point where I have miles per gallon, so I execute that, I've executed that, and let's say miles per gallon has 21.025348. When I call this, I'm going to call miles per gallon, and this is going to make a different miles per gallon variable that only lives in this function. And then a copy of that will get placed into here. So 21.025348. And then when I print, it's going to format that to 1 decimal. So it'll print just the 21.0. It won't round up. So that's what it'll print. And then notice, nothing's happening in these functions that main needs to know about. Right? It's not doing any calculation. It's not getting any input. So there are no return statements in these functions. These functions are not returning any information back to main. So if I run this, so enter the number of miles driven, 345, 16.4. And then your car gets 21 miles to the gallon. And there you have it, your input, processing, and output functions.